In Nakisa Hanelly, you have access to a number of charts and graphs that provide you with interactive visual representations of your employee data and analytics. And all of these are housed in one location, your dashboards. You can access your dashboards in a few different ways. Directly from your org chart, clicking on the Dashboard button on the toolbar will open up your employee dashboard for data beginning at the node you selected as the root of your org chart. From anywhere in the application, you could also access dashboards by clicking on the main menu, selecting Dashboard, and picking from any of the options available to you here. I'll just quickly go over each of the ones in the main menu. The Employee Dashboard shows you charts and graphs for standard employee analytics. People Analytics has 3 different types of dashboards within it. Management Share shows data explaining what percentage of your organization is in management and how the management team breaks down demographically. Tenure explains the generational makeup of your organization, as well as employee length of service. And finally, Demographics shows you charts and graphs relating to information such as ethnicity, nationality, gender, and other related data. So just going back to the previous menu, the next type of dashboard we have is Recruitment, which houses charts and graphs showing data on employees hired in the last 90 days. Then we have Termination, which shows information on employees who've left the organization voluntarily or involuntarily. And below that, Transfers, which includes charts and graphs that provide you with insight into knowledge loss when employees are transferred within the organization. The Position Dashboard gives you information on standard employee analytics, much like the Employee Dashboard. The Span of Control Dashboard has charts that break down span of control data for your organization according to key attributes. And the Organization Layers Dashboard gives you data that illustrates the layers of your organization. The last item on this menu, Succession Management, has 2 sub-items. Key Positions includes charts and graphs that give you a better understanding of your organization's bench strength for your key positions. And the Bench Strength Dashboard helps you understand your organization's bench strength using key attributes such as functional area, country, and others. So I'll just go ahead and open up the Employee Dashboard to show you a bit of what it looks like. So here from the main menu, I'll click on Dashboard and select Employee Dashboard. This opens up a page with a bunch of charts on it, all of which visually represent different data and analytics related to the type of dashboard that I opened. On the left, we have the Filter panel, which allows me to narrow down the data that feeds into the charts here in the middle of the page. And up above, we have the Dashboard toolbar. If we quickly go through these buttons, the first one allows me to view all my available charts and enable or disable the ones that appear on the page. Then, I have the Search button, which starts a search within the same dataset that is feeding into the charts and graphs. The next button is the Share button, and clicking on this generates a link that I can give to other users to have them access this dashboard, and what data they'll see is dependent on their role. Then we have the Add to Favorites button, which makes this dashboard accessible from the Favorites section of the main menu. And to its right, we have a button to load the Position Dashboard. From the Position Dashboard page, the same button would load the Employee Dashboard. So it's really just a way to quickly switch between the two if you need to. Then, we have a button to set the number of columns that appear on this page, and I can choose between 1, 2, 3, or 4. And I can set tags from those that are available. And the last button on this toolbar allows me to create custom charts, which I'll get into later. Dashboards are where you'll find all the charts and graphs that visually represent your organization's data. These charts are interactive, meaning that I can drag and move them around. I can hover over them to view more specific details about the different elements within them. or directly click on sections to set filters for the entire dashboard, depending on what I click. So here in my employee dashboard, if I go to the age distribution chart and hover over this section, a caption appears to tell me what age group it represents, how many employees are in that age range, and what it corresponds to regarding my organization's headcount. I'll go ahead and click on this section of the graph. And you'll see that doing this sets a filter for that age range, which is indicated here at the top and in the filter panel. And now all of my charts have adjusted to reflect data according to this filter. So this is a dynamic way of setting filters or narrowing down data that appears in your charts. I can reset the filters by clicking here, or manually close individual ones by clicking on the little X. So if we look at each individual chart, they have their own interface. In the header, we have the chart's name on the left, and a few icons on the right. Not every chart will have the same icons, so I'll go through the basic ones we see here. This icon allows you to toggle between graph and table view for the chart, so just two different ways of viewing your data. You'll notice that when I toggle over to table view, the icon here to the left becomes enabled. This allows me to export this table to Excel. The icon next to it allows me to toggle the number format in this table. And this also only appears when I'm in table view. In this chart, the last two icons allow me to maximize the chart, or minimize it after, or close the chart. Don't worry, you can always reopen it from the toolbar by clicking on Available Charts. There are a few icons that appear on other charts. Here, you can see that I have a little gear icon. Clicking on it allows me to select from available operations for the chart, so what will appear on the y-axis. Down here on this other chart, I also have the option to display percentages for different elements within it. So you can really choose to view your data in charts in a number of ways, depending of course on what your needs are. So as I pointed out earlier, if you don't see the charts you need from those that are already available to you on a specific dashboard, you can create your own custom chart. From the toolbar on my dashboard, I'll click on the last icon, which is Add Custom Chart. This opens a window where I can set the different parameters of my new chart. So here, I can choose what type of chart I want. I'll just select a bar chart for this example. I'll enter a title. So let's say headcount by gender. I'll select gender as my x-axis, headcount as my operations, which will show as the y-axis, and I can add tags and a description if I need to. I'll just go ahead and click on Confirm, and my custom chart appears at the top of my dashboard and can be enabled or disabled from the Available Charts drop-down menu up here.